Okay, so here we have the dumbbell shoulder press. Kevin's basically going to try and get the dumbbells using his knees to pop them up into a shelf position. From here, again, the same thing that applies to our bench pressing. The angle of the dumbbell will be slightly turned in. Again, this is to take pressure away from the rotator cuff and the AC joint if we're too flared out this way. We want to avoid that. It'll also allow a little bit more range of motion to come lower down, but again, without affecting the position of the shoulders or rounding the traps forward. He wants to think about keeping his chest up, and there's a slight bit of gap in his lower back before the bench. You're allowed to arch a little bit, providing you're not excessively arching. We've still got a good amount of connection of his entire upper back on the bench, and glutes, or his waist is stuck into the crease of the pad at the bottom. So while he's keeping a small brace in his midsection, he's going to press up and just over the top of his shoulder. He doesn't have to come excessively in. So long as the weight is stacked from his wrist over his elbow, over his shoulder, this is perfect. He is going to come out a little bit wider at the bottom and come slightly in at the top. Again, if you feel like you're overextending in this position, you might want to take this bench angle down a bit just to help with that. We don't want to have too much stress on the lower back where you're overextending. That adjustment will be needed to be person to person dependent.